What were these schools thinking when they decided it was a good idea to enforce such unique and unusual rules? No one knows. From banning colorful hair colors to dictating how to act between classes, let's start. Here are the 11 weirdest school rules from around the world. Number 11. Banning hair dyes. Most schools in Tokyo have oddly strict rules about how students' hair should look. It's estimated that around 57% of all public schools mandate this. Dyeing or bleaching your hair is outright banned. Adding to that, even perms and hair extensions are a big no-no. Some schools go as far as enforcing that students must have straight, jet black hair in order to encourage them to concentrate on their studies. If the teaching staff has any doubt that a student is lying about their natural hair color, they may inspect their hair roots or ask parents for their childhood photos. In one case, a student sued her school for thousands of dollars because they forced to dye her hair black when it was really a dark brown. The court granted her $3,000 for emotional damages. Number 10. Axe body spray. Technically, this is just one school that enforces this rule, but it's no less bizarre. Are you familiar with Axe body spray? The cologne of choice the majority of teenage boys prefer to the spray after the gym? One high school in Pennsylvania has made the executive decision to ban it entirely from its ground following an incident of a student having an extreme allergic reaction to it and being hospitalized. The principal had to send out a mass email explaining what happened. It escalated to the point that Axe had to personally comment that they were looking into it. Other schools outright ban any deodorant spray as they believe they pose a serious health hazard. Instead, students are told to use alternative products such as roll-on deodorants. If a similar product is found on school grounds, it's confiscated and disposed of. Number 9. Mandatory nap time. This is one rule every student in the world can get behind. In China, a lot of schools have a dedicated 30-minute period where students can nap in the middle of the school day. They believe that this extra amount of sleep can actually improve their memories and improve their focus and energy levels. In most elementary schools, you'll find the students napping on their desks. Some schools even allow them to bring their own comfy pillows and blankets. While the older students often sleep in a sitting position, they follow the same rule. While the rest of the world may be shocked at this rule isn't considered that weird in China, as sleeping culture is built into their daily lives in both school and work settings. Number 8. No best friends. Everyone remembers their childhood best friend or their first best friend they made in school. There are entire generations in Thomas's school in the UK that won't have the same fond memories. The school administration took not wanting to leave anyone feeling left out to a new, unprecedented level. Instead of encouraging students to bond and make unforgettable close friends, they're not allowed to have a singular best friend. There are also strict rules on birthday parties that state in the case of your child having a party, unless everyone in their class is invited, then they're not allowed to hand out the invitations in class. Believe it or not, but Thomas School is the same school that is attended by none other than Prince George, who may potentially be crowned the future King of England. Number 7. No red pens. Ever had a teacher hand your assignment back with a glaring bright red F? To this day, as an adult, do you flinch at the negative memories associated with red pens? This upcoming bizarre rule applies not to students, but teachers. An academy in the UK's county of Cornwall has a strict rule that bans teachers from grading papers in red ink because they believe, in the vice principal's own words, that it is a very negative color. The replacement? Using a green pen. Moreover, there is another rule that tiptoes around the students' feelings. Teachers are told to write 2 or 3 positive comments on each individual paper. In return, students are encouraged to respond to these comments in purple ink. Number 6. Wearing trackers. Some schools in the US have a very unusual system when it comes to making sure students attend school. The administration is motivated because the more students they have in class, the more money they get from the government. As a response, they have taken to making students wear electronic tags that track them at all times on school grounds. 2 schools in Houston enforce this rule. In Richmond, California, a federally funded preschool placed RFID chips in students' clothes. If a morning roll call finds a student absent, the teachers can use the RFID tracking to check if they're simply not at their desk. They often locate skippers in the cafeteria, in stairwells, and in some legitimate or otherwise illegitimate locations. However, if the trackers find that they're on campus, then they legally count them as present. Of course, this doesn't stop mischievous students from giving the tag to their friends. Number 5. Students are called purple penguins. The world can understand a school wanting to be more gender inclusive, but one school has oddly specific rules for that. Teachers are told to not use the words boys and girls. They're also told to not use you guys and ladies and gentlemen. So what can they use? They're told to call the students purple penguins. Adding to that, they're not allowed to ask students to line up as boys or girls. Instead, the students are asked if they would prefer skateboards or bikes, milk or juice, dogs or cats, summer or winter talking or listening. Number 4. The punishment for dress code violations. At the Gonzales High School in Texas, if you're caught violating the dress code, which bans things such as male students wearing earrings, cargo pants, extra baggy pants, or having facial hair, and female students from wearing spaghetti strap tops and miniskirts, they won't be sent home to change. The school's solution to not letting students lose any educational opportunity is to offer them 3 options: have a parent bring a spare outfit, serve in-school suspension, or they can wear a literal prison jumpsuit. This isn't your ordinary jumpsuit, it's made by real prisoners. You would think this would deter the pupils from breaking any rule, but they've been having an odd reaction to this new rule. As it turns out, they like the jumpsuit. Since it symbolizes being a rebel, the jumpsuit is seen as a badge of honor. One teacher remarked that they're going to need to order more jumpsuits if this keeps going. Number 3. No cartwheels. Primary school pupils now have to find a new way to impress their peers on the playground because numerous schools in Western Australia, New South Wales, and Queensland have strictly banned cartwheels. Some have even gone as far as banning handstands. According to the administration, cartwheels are too dangerous. They also claim that at least 2 students injure their wrists daily. The parents' response? They said that the rule is ludicrous and ridiculous, and criticized the school for not letting kids have fun. Number 2. No touching. A rule that has been described as draconian and inhumane by parents is the no-touching policy enforced at the Malcolm Arnold Academy in Northampton, UK. As suggested by the principal in 2016, any form of PDA between young students is strictly forbidden. This applies to holding hands and hugging. If students are caught in the midst of physically touching or overall getting in each other's personal space, they're punished. Parents have expressed their explicit hatred of this rule, saying that it will negatively affect the children in their formative years. Number 1. Smiling is a requirement. Welcome to the Northern Lebanon School, where parents are racing to pull their kids out. Why? Because of a rule implemented in 2018. Students are required, as in not just encouraged, to smile between the classes. If you don't show off your pearly whites, unsmiling students are promptly sent to the office where they're told that they have to talk about their problems. If the student doesn't want to divulge them, they get detention. Sounds a little redundant, doesn't it? The rule was made even more ridiculous when parents complained that the school officials were ignoring actual bullying and inappropriate behavior from the staff. And these are all the weird school rules from around the world that we have for you today. Which one did you think was the weirdest? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.